Hi there, hello everybody, hello, welcome to this live stream. It's Tuesday, May the 3rd, and it's 6 p.m. in the UK, 7 p.m. Europe, 10 a.m. Pacific, I believe, and 1 p.m. Eastern. Okay, so Facebook is flashing up all kinds of things for me, so if you're joining me live, say hi in the comments where you are right now, where in the world you are. If you're not joining me live, then and you're watching on the replay, then do hashtag replay underneath so I can see you and I can acknowledge you. And if you've got a notebook handy, then take some notes, because I'm going to give you some actionable steps to take if you're somebody who's wondering, how do I get more direct bookings? How do I get bookings when I want them? How do I make my business grow? How do I get better guests? How do I get the guests I want? If you're wondering all of those things, just listen up, because I'm going to give you some actionable steps, and also, some things based on my own experience of running my own B&B, and also that with my clients over the last 8 to 9 years, I suppose, working with other people. So I've got some notes, so I'm going to be looking down at my notes from time to time, because I don't want to miss anything, because I always have to give myself some notes, because otherwise I'll just be like, oh, forgot to say this, forgot to say that, so I want to make sure that I say everything to give you the most value for the time that you're spending with me. So thanks for joining me. If you're joining me live, hello, welcome. Let me know where you are in the world, and if you're just watching on the replay, that's cool too. Just do hashtag replay, so that I can see you and acknowledge you, and have some notes, have a pen and paper handy to take some notes. So let's get right in. All right, so what to do when you need bookings or you need guests today, okay? Well, first of all, let me just start with, here's what I recommend you don't do, right? I recommend you don't drop your prices. I recommend you don't run a free giveaway or a competition or any of those things where people think they're getting something for nothing. Don't do that. And I also recommend that you don't post anonymously on social media. And what do I mean by this? Well, where there's no picture of you, or you're linking to your online booking system saying book now, buy my stuff, book now, come on, book now. Or you're linking to somebody else's website, if you're sharing content that somebody in your locale has posted and you're just randomly sharing it onto your timeline, that's not going to work. And the other thing that I recommend you don't do is sit and wish and hope that it gets better. Okay? So these things that I've just mentioned, running free giveaways, competitions, dropping your prices, discounting, posting anonymously on social media, just frantically trying to get, book now, please book a room, please book a room. These are what I would term short-term fixes from short-term thinking, right? So why do I say not to do these things? Okay, so first of all, dropping your prices and giving stuff away for free is going to bring you guests that will probably never come back, and they'll never pay your full prices, because so why would they? And then you'll be stuck in this cycle of discounting and giving away your rooms and working for nothing, basically for free, for the next time that you need bookings today, whenever that day is, right? And it will never stop. It'll just go on forever, and you'll be in this cycle of, discounting your prices and giving stuff away for free and working for nothing forever. We call this prostitution. And you could get a reputation for like discounting on the fly, and your usual full paying guests they'll see that, or they'll pick up on it somehow, and it could pee them off, frankly. Here's another thing, if you've got a mixture of guests who've had a discount from you and full paying guests, and they congregate around the dining table or the breakfast table in the morning, there's a good chance that the people who got a discount will start bragging about that to the other people, because that basically that's what people like that do. And your full paying guests could feel ripped off, right? So either way, you won't be building a real business based on the principle of discounting or giving stuff away for free. That's not a sound business principle. It's a short-term fix from short-term thinking. It's not sustainable, and you'll be forever spinning your wheels doing it this way. So let me know if that lands with you, if that makes sense, right? Have you been doing that at all, or have you not done that, or how's it working out for you? Hello. Oh, hello. Here's all the comments. I couldn't see them earlier. Let me have a look here. I have to put my specs on. Hello, Laura. Hello, Eva. Hello, Reiki. Hello, Simone. Hello. Who have we got? Somebody from India. Arpit from India. That's nice. Hello, Linda from New Jersey as well. Lovely to see you. Thank you for joining me. Okay, so is this making sense so far? Have you got my first point yet, or do you need me to? Yeah. Okay, being a new B&B owner, how to attract guests without giving discounts or any other promotional things. Yeah, got it. We're going to come to that in a second, Arpit. Okay, so hang fire for a minute. Discounting is like, we call it prostitution because it's like prostituting yourself, like take me at any price, that kind of thinking. And it's short term, because as I said, if you start doing that and you get a reputation for doing that, people just be waiting for your discounted prices because they know you're going to do it, right? And you'll get a reputation for that, and that's it's not a sound business principle, I would say. So let's talk about the social media option, right? So the second thing that I said not to do, right, is to post anonymously on social media without any picture of you, just sharing stuff from here and there and everywhere, not posting any comments. If you're in the habit of not posting regularly on social media and just maybe posting your availability only when you want bookings, it will seem a bit like asking someone to marry you on the first date, right? Like, it could work, but it most probably won't. If you're posting it anonymously without any picture of you and without, building any relationship with anybody, no trust has been built between you and your network, right? So why would they take any notice of your availability? And third, if you're not posting consistently on social media, then the algorithms won't work in your favor either, and you could be penalized for not and they won't show your post to your network anyway, so you're unlikely to get any results from that. Okay, so does that make sense? Let me know in the comments if that makes sense for the three things that. Yes, let me have a look here. We did this for the first month, but don't do it now. Good for you, Tracy. Yeah, it doesn't really work, does it? It's very short term. Laura, I always felt I looked desperate giving. Yes, absolutely. You do look desperate. It's like prostitution. It's like, take me at any price, right? Please come, I'll give you a discount. Please come. It's just it's icky. It feels yuck. And it's unbecoming, I think, of you as a king or queen of your domain, right? Hello, Martine. Hello. That's nice to see you. Okay, so let's move on. So we've talked about what not to do, right? So here's what I recommend you do instead. You've got to be thinking longer term and thinking strategically rather than thinking in short term fixes. Okay? If you need bookings today and you don't know how to get them, it's because you haven't put in any sound business principles into your business that make it easy for you to pick up bookings whenever you want them. So to start with, okay, we need to be thinking longer term rather than just in short term fixes where you just show up and say, hey, buy my stuff, right? So first thing to do some trust building exercises with your network in advance so that when you need bookings today, whenever today is, you'll have some credibility, you'll have some likability and some recommendability. I just made that word up, but it sounds good, doesn't it? With your network. People will want to share for you. people, your network will want to help you, and they'll want to share your posts for you if you build up that credibility and likability and trust before you need any bookings. And this is key, right? Absolutely key. Sound business principles in place first. Have you ever heard the phrase like your network is your net worth, right? It's true, isn't it? So you've got to build trust and credibility with your network first. So here's some steps that you can take to be able to get bookings whenever you need them, today, next month, next year. Okay, I'm going to give you 3 scenarios. I'm going to give you short term, medium term, and longer term. And these are all doable by everybody here who's starting out or got an established B&B. I'm going to give you those 3 things today. Okay, so let me just check the comments. Good. All right, ready? Okay. Good. Right, so the first thing, in the short term, right, come up with at least 3 reasons why people need to visit your area this weekend, right, this coming weekend. Come up with at least 3 reasons why people need to visit your area this weekend. Then create 3 posts, social media posts, for your preferred social media platform, whichever one works best for you. It doesn't really matter. In the posts themselves, these are actionable steps, so I hope you're making notes here. In the post themselves, right, 3 posts, you need to describe the local activities you're promoting and add an image, preferably one that you've taken yourself for copyright reasons. You need to mention in the post that you have late availability this weekend and that there's a link in the comments below to find out more. Don't add any external links to your website into your posts, right? And lastly, ask your network in the post to share this information for you, right? So those are the 3 things you need to do. Next, when you've created those posts, you need to post them out over the next 3 days, making sure to add the external link to your website in the comments of each post. And then respond to all comments, even if it's just to say thank you. Okay, makes sense? Do you want me to go over it again? Let me know in the comments if you want me to go over that again. I'm getting a bit of a delay in the comments, so I might have to wait for a second or 2. I'm just going to recap on that, okay, to make sure you got it. Okay, this is short-term stuff, right? We're on short-term stuff for getting bookings today, or, you know, when you need them. Come up with at least 3 reasons why people need to visit your area this weekend. It could be events going on, it could be something happening in your neighborhood, it could be a festival, it could be something that somebody else is doing, you know, like a chocolate tasting, a wine tasting, a craft making, a quilt making. It could be anything, right? You know your area better than anybody, right? Better than anybody. You know your area better than your guests. So let them know that you do in these posts, right? And then create 3 posts, 1 for each reason, for your preferred social media platform. And in the post themselves, you want to describe the local activities you're promoting and add an image, preferably one you've taken yourself with your camera, and then mention that you have late availability this weekend and that there's a link in the comments below to find out more. Don't add any external links to your post. Why do I say that? Because Facebook don't want you to send people off of Facebook. So if you start adding links into your posts themselves, the algorithms will penalize your post and it won't show you to the people that need to see it. Okay, it'll limit your reach. This is on your profile, actually, not on your page. And then finally, ask your network to share this information for you in the post. And then post out those posts over the next 3 days, making sure to add the external link to your website in the comments of each post. Don't link it to anything else, only to your website, because you want people to book a room. And then respond to all comments, even if it's just to say thank you. Okay, is that clear? Okay, I just did that. Thank you. I'm just seeing the comments now. Okay, good. So that's the first thing. That's short term, right? Start being the trusted advisor rather than the prostitute who's always asking for bookings, right? Start being the trusted advisor and give out valuable information about your area, because nobody knows it like you do, right? You are the go-to person in your neighborhood for knowledge on your area. So, take that place. Nobody else is going to. So that's the short term. In the medium term, if you want to start building, putting sound principles in place for your business so that you're never left wondering how to attract those direct bookings when you want them, then you need to take it a step further and get out of the short-term fixes. And move into some longer-term thinking, right? Strategic thinking. So in the medium term, once you've created those posts, you can turn each of those posts, those social media posts, into an extended blog post and put it on your website. And you can add more images to it and a clear link to your rooms page from each of your blog posts. And and that way you'll get more exposure by sharing your blog posts over the next couple of weeks, if appropriate, or whenever, on social media again. So you're getting to share something again, an extended description of this thing that's going on, right? Next weekend, next month, whenever. And this time you want to link back to your blog post in your post, right? For more Google goodness, right? Because Google loves it when you get hits to your website. Social media and your website, and one other thing I'm going to come to in a minute, work like a triad if you like. And there's a third element to this, which I'll come to in a second. But your website, your blog post, if you like, your blog site, and your social media work together, right? They're not just random stuff. They need to be coordinated so that you get the most out of your work, out of your creations, your content. So, okay, so that's that. So, and in the long term, you'll always be able to generate bookings today whenever you need to. Okay, this is the third thing. In order to be able to generate bookings whenever you need to, we need to think long term, right? Long term thinking. And this is where I want you to focus on building a database of your guests so you can communicate with them on a regular basis by email and about all of the wonderful things to see and do in your area and invite them to return. This is by far the most effective yet neglected method of filling rooms whenever you need to, but it does take time. It's not a quick fix. It's a long-term strategy that if you're starting from scratch as a newbie, right, will probably take you 1 to 2 years to get this machine going, to get this, churning out bookings for you. So it's best to start today, really. The sooner you start, the better. If you're new, building a database of guests and keeping in touch with them on a regular basis must be your priority for the next 1 to 2 years. Okay? And if you're established, I'm willing to bet that you've already got a database of guests. And it's probably hidden away and languishing in your online reservation system, and you never communicate with those people, and so you're going to need a careful warming up process before you ask them to book again with you. We've done this with many of our clients over the years who are established, and we've created anything between $0 and $35,000 in a week by just doing this one thing. Now, it doesn't work for everyone, and I would need to take a look at your database first before I could tell that it would work for you. So that's the long term, okay? You've got the short term, 3 blog posts. You've got the 3 social media posts. In the medium term, you've got your 3 blog posts. And in the long term, you want to start building a database and emailing your past guests with all of the goodies that are going on in your area, okay? And that one is a long-term strategy. Okay, so what questions do you have? What are you committing to? Right, let me just see on the comments here what you're saying. Okay, so what are you committing to, right? Which strategy are you going to prioritize in order to start generating some bookings when you want them? Which one are you going to prioritize? Let me know in the comments. So, you know, I said there's like a triangle, if you like, a trifecta of your blog post, your blog, your website, your social media, and your database, and everything kind of moves between the three of them, right? The three of those things. And that's why you need to put these strong business foundations in place, so you know how to do this, so it becomes second nature. And we'll have one final thing for you as well, as a bit of a challenge, okay? Excellent, Martine. Excellent. Love it. So one of your... okay, so I'm going to give you a bit of a challenge, right? And you're probably used to me saying this by now, but if you want to really make an impact on people, if you really want to, you know, get into their heads and have them remember you and make yourself memorable so that people don't forget about you, and they're always happy to hear from you, and they're always glad when you send something out, is to start making video. Sorry, but it's true. It's the number one thing still that actually builds trust, likability, credibility, recommendability, if that's even a word. It's the easiest way to do it. And if you don't like being on video, then I suggest you try to get over yourself, right? Because this is your business at stake here. This is your lifeblood, you know, your livelihood. You know, this is, it could be, if this is how you put food on the table, you've got to be willing to step outside of your comfort zone and do things that you've never done before. Because you know the old saying, if you're always doing what you've always done, you're always going to get what you always got. If you want to put these strong principles in place, then you've got to do things you haven't done before. So I hope that helps you. What else do I need to tell you? Okay. So we've got 2 places on our B&B Moneymaker program this month where we'll take you through the process of putting strong business boundaries in place, so you always know how to attract new bookings whenever you want them. And so if you're at that place right now where you're ready to do that, then just put more info please in the comments, and I'll message you privately to tell you how, you know, what the next steps are, so you can see whether that's a good fit for you. Okay, so if you're ready at that point in your business right now where you think, actually I need some help with this and I want more of Yvonne in my life, and who wouldn't, right? Then, you know, just put more info please in the feedback and in the comments below, and I'll get back to you. Yes, okay, Laura, I've had great feedback on our videos. Absolutely, I mean, it's just a no-brainer, isn't it? Martine, to be honest, I got lost in the links on Facebook and what they accept and not accept. I often put links to museums, restaurants. Does it affect my distribution on Facebook? I will watch again. Yes, don't put the links in the post. That's what I would say to you. Don't put links in the posts. And they will penalise you for that, because they don't want anybody to leave Facebook. They want you there 24/7. They want everybody there 24/7, looking at their stuff, looking at their content, because when you're there all the time, you are a sitting target for their advertisers, and that's how they make money. You know, let's just be honest about it. Facebook makes money from advertising, and the more people that are on Facebook more of the time, the more attractive they become for advertisers to spend advertising dollars with them rather than spend it on another platform, you know, where there aren't so many people. That's their goal, is to keep people on Facebook for as long as possible. And all the social media platforms are doing that, right? All of them, not just Facebook, but we're talking about Facebook right now. Okay. So if you feel like you're ready for some more, you want to put these strong business foundations in place, then just hit me up with more info in the comments and I will send you a private message. In the meantime, yes, Martine, yes. So that's it. So what are you committing to? Let's have some more commitments. What are you committing to? Short term, medium term, or long term? Which one are you doing right now? Because information's useless unless you do something with it, right? Information is only information, and it's nothing without implementation. So make sure that you're going to take something from this. I hope you've got something that you can do straight away, and anybody can create at least one social media post on something that's going on in their area. I'm sure you can do that. As for turning it into a blog post, maybe you don't know, maybe you need some help with how to write blog posts, how to post them. Maybe you need some help putting stuff on your website because you don't know how to do that yet either. Maybe you need some help with, I want to make a video because I've got a lot to say. Let's face it, there's always a lot to say. When you run a B&B, there's always plenty to talk about, right? And it's mostly visual. So that's why we need to get over ourselves and do video. I recommend that you try to do that. Or maybe you just want some help, just want me to look at something for you. Then just put more info, please, in the comments, and I will send you a private message. Okay? So I'm not seeing any more comments right now, so I'll let you get on your way. And let me know if you need anything, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.